throughout the 18th and 19th century, European scholarship spent a huge amount of time distorting and erasing the debt of Greek civilization to Africa. They basically screwed with the record because they just couldn't bring themselves to believe that all this wonderful architecture and proportion and mathematics, that it was little brown people who were responsible for this. And if you're interested in this book, there's a book by Burnell called Black Athena that is a really radical book. Have any of you read it? It was very controversial a couple of years ago. Great book. Yeah. Black Athena by Burnell. And it shows how Western culture misrepresented the debt of classicism to Africa. I mean, they could tolerate the idea of Egypt as long as you always made sure, that these people were white as the driven snow. Well, it's a bunch of malarkey. I mean, it was a thoroughgoing black culture, and everything was derivative of it right up until, I don't know, the Byzantine Empire or something. I mean, Plato freely acknowledged his debt to this stuff. It was just that it was unswallowable to late European culture. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did a cover thing on it. I didn't read it. Time a few months ago. Yeah, what was it called? Our African Roots or something. Yeah. And it's no shuck and jive. I mean, we think 19th century scholarship was so careful and so wonderful, and what it really was an old boys club. I mean, they were fast and loose with this stuff. I think when it's all sorted out, it all happened in Africa. I mean, language, religion, symbolic activity, theater, all of this stuff was in place in Africa from, say, 20,000 BC up until around 9,000 BC in the Saharan grasslands, which then, because of drying, these people were forced into the Nile Valley and into a different cultural style. But the African cradle of civilization, I don't even regard that as a theory. Anybody who doesn't believe that is going to have to do some fast talking. And, there's been this recent effort to say that the Australian Aborigines broke off very, very early. But, it's pretty specious, I think. You probably all know the theory of Eve, and the fact that you can trace the maternal line through the episome of the mitochondria. So you can it's actually now believed that every human being on Earth is descended from one woman.